You know why, Street?
Can we win that way, right?
Nothing else. What's
that?
Can
we win that way?
We got no choice. I mean, we'll find out. I don't think so. Not against the better teams. Yeah, we're going to run down Stanford. Sure. But what happens when we go up against Alabama in the playoff? What happens when we go against Georgia? We're going to run the ball into the middle 30 times against those fronts, and they're going to wear down. Is Mark Fletcher even going to make it to those playoff games by the time we get there?
Every time I see him, he's smiling. So I think he's healthy. You know what I'm saying? But he's. Rocky, I got a question. Rocky, how did you come to this conclusion?
Look, you're gonna laugh. I played football. I had the opportunity to play football 1AA in college. Okay, 1 year. We had an offensive lineman as our head coach. He reminds me so much of the philosophy there was you can win the game by pounding the rock no matter what else you did. I mean, he's a spitting image of what Mario was. You asked me how I come to that conclusion. When I watch our team play and I watch how we run our offense, particularly our run scheme, he reminds me of that coach back in my college days, my 1 year when I played. That's why. That's how I came to the conclusion. It's a spitting image of it. And I can just I hear in my head how that guy used to coach, and I just see what I see on the field and the way they're running their run scheme. It's about the offensive line and featuring his offensive line as an old offensive line. And yes. To answer you,
the reason I asked you this, Rocky, is because
that's
the reason I asked you this.
Hold on, go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead, Street. I'm sorry. Sometimes the computer won't pick y'all up.
Rocky, the reason I asked you this is because in my membership, right, with my villains, I have I've came up with a whole, something I've never heard anybody say, but I've been telling them this for a long time, that I think and kind of what you're saying is what I've been saying to them. And I came to the conclusion is that you watch people's actions. What do we do well? Like what do we recruit well? Where do we put the money at? Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we trying to accomplish? Okay, we can't keep a Chris Johnson, we can't keep a Bashard, we can't get a JoJo on the field, but we got two big backs, big offensive line, and what we do is run the ball up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch people's actions. Right, and then you got to come to the conclusion of, okay, well, why? Why? Who does this benefit? And I've explained it to my members numerous times. That's why I asked you, because I wanted you to explain it to them. For the people in the comment section that are slow, who thought I didn't understand what you were saying, I want you to explain how you got there.
So you
explained it already. Right? You explained it.
Offense from University of Maryland. I am not of the belief that Shannon Dawson has total control of the offense. I don't think he had it last year. I think Cam Ward made a lot of changes and was able to freelance and do what he wanted to do because he had that kind of power. Carson Beck's not that kind of quarterback. He doesn't do that, okay? But I've always thought that it's a brain trust at the University of Miami. You got Dawson, you got Cristobal, you got Mirabal. Those three guys. The reason I say that, Street, is because go back and look at the film of where Dawson was before. Houston, West Virginia, it was different. He had Noah Devine at West Virginia, and they threw the ball over the yard. I mean, they were innovative. They were, he was a better OC there than what he is now here.
Rocky on fire. Hey,
he fired Dawson. It's all on Dawson. Blah 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 blah. I'm not sold on that. I'm not.
Hey.
Now,
he on fire, dog. He cooking, dog.
Talk. Do your thing, Rocky. Do your thing.
So, look, we all us fans see it, Street. We can when I'm sitting on my couch watching us play Stanford the other night, and especially the first half, and I'm seeing our formations and I'm calling the plays, and my stupid butt on the couch is 90% right on the calls that are coming based on our formations and our looks. after watching the Canes all season, Street, that's bad. That's bad. Okay.
So Rocky, it's not. You don't have to guess, right? And all my villains in the chat, right? Y'all know exactly what he's saying. You don't have to guess. You don't have to guess, Rocky. Here recently, last week I was at UM at the press conference. Dawson is telling us who's calling the run plays. He recently has been telling us.
Yeah.
He looks to mirror ball the run game coordinator for the run plays. Like he's kind of dry snitching. Another day he called me Daryl. He called me by my first name. I thought he maybe wanted to go to lunch or something. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know he knew me. But
I like that beard, Daryl.
It's like he's telling us, hey, listen, all that Malachi shit, that's me.
all that running stuff, that's on the other dude. Hey, he like this. Hey, number 12. Hey, the other dude, that's Street, he like this.
Yeah.
Hey, he like Malachi in and around quarterback pass. That's me. 2.7 versus Louisville. I look over there. I talk to the.
No, hold up. No 4 interceptions. That's on him. That's on the other dude.
So you ain't got to guess, Rocky. And what you just said is true. Mirabal, Mario, Dennis, like they're the hierarchy, and they're the hierarchy. Everybody.
Hold up. Can I say something? Can I go back? Why are they the hierarchy?
Trust.
There you go. He been with them cats, and I understand trust. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? You have to have it because this game dirtier than. Listen, there's a lot of money at stake, bro, and it's legal money. So what I'm saying is this game dirtier than a dope game. Street. Everybody's vowing to be that $8 million a year coach. Everybody's vowing to be that $2 million a year coordinator. Bro, you want to know the craziest thing in football? Take your behind in January to the AFCA conference. It's 10,000 coaches vowing for 100 spots.
Right.
And everybody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And everybody in your head, when you go to sleep, they're trying to take your spot, dog. But it's legal money. Where else do you make $8 million a year to coach a sport, like a game, I'm saying, right? Like what other CEO job were you making that kind of money or a thing? I'm not saying it's easy, but we're talking about from a bit, bro, this is tough. And everybody trying to chop your head. I got stories about coaches that became the next head coach at a program that somebody just fired today. Not necessarily about that coach, but that guy that became the coach was pillow talking to AD about that coach so he could become the coach for arguably the best college football team of all time. I'll leave it like that.
Nasty work. No.
So those 3 guys he trusts. And they know where the body carry.
I mean, so listen, so which man, I have a whole philosophy I've broke down, dog. But like all the coaches are going to get fired.
Fair.
You're going to get fired. Unless you're Nick Saban or unless you're Oklahoma State coach, Dabo, you're going to get fired.
His day coming.
So it's like somebody handing you. It's like somebody handing you a team, a program. You know you're eventually going to get fired because winning the national championship is kind of like only one guy does that a year. Only a few programs in the last 20 years have won it. So that's like
going for it.
Doing that, winning that shit, you might like that's like scratching the lottery. You know, winning the lottery. Shit, y'all see we haven't won the ACC. So winning, that's like scratching the lottery ticket to win a national championship, like Nick Saban did. He just kept hitting on the goddamn lottery ticket, $100. So if that isn't guaranteed, but what is guaranteed is you getting fired. While you're at your program, you got to make a name for yourself. And if it's not winning, Hayes, how do you do it?
How do you make a name for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you make a name for yourself through winning. You make your name through a lot of things. The same reason why Coach Cristobal got the job at Oregon. Same reason why he got the job at Miami. He made a name. He didn't win. Huh?
You brand yourself.
Yeah, he brand right. And what he did was
you create.
He was known as a no-nonsense, tough guy that could recruit the hell out of. Yeah, that's his brand, correct. And so that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And that's where he created his brand, right?
Right.
But now at the end of the day, you can still be no nonsense. At the end of the day, you got to win ball games. And
well, it's no nonsense. We build it from the trenches. We're tough. We go get the O-line. That's where it all starts at. That's where you brand who you are. Because the odds of you winning the championship and the odds of you having to look for a next job as a Coach Hayes is not even fucking close. You're going to have to look for a next job. It's not even close.
1,000%. 1,000%.
But here's another thing. Explained is what I've been telling, and that's part of what I've been telling. You know what I'm saying? Remember, it's clear to me. We're doing what we want to do. Well, whether it's JoJo and the fake weed story, whether it's Jordan Loud and the mystery is like being hurt, whether it's Chris Johnson whether it's Bruce, you know what I'm saying? Like no.
Well, you create a narrative.
What we want to do.
Street. All you got to do is listen to the players when they come to the podium during the week about, how we got to execute. It's not about what we do. It's about execute. It's not about, it's about how we execute what we do. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And there's nothing else.
Well,
you think we're going to see anything new come these next 5 games from our offense? No, no chance.
Because they believe in they also believe in their system too, right? And I tell you this too, Street.
Right.
One of the hardest things to do, and I'll go back to Saban. He always said, you adapt or you die. As much as I believe Nick Saban hates Lane Kiffin, I believe he hates that.
You think he hate him, dog?
Yeah, no, seriously, I think he hates him because I think Nick Saban looks at Lane Kiffin as you're an entitled brat, right? You didn't work hard. You here because your dad and that kind of stuff, right? That's just my opinion. Then you talk trash. You off the cuff, blah blah blah. You arrogant, this, that, and the third. But what I will give Nick Saban credit for, as much as he hated that dude, he respected him as a coach, though. And he allowed, this is where stuff, trust and foresight is a little different. He allowed Lane Kiffin to come in and change the offense they have been running for years. Hard-nosed defense, ball control offense. Lane Kiffin comes in, they change the whole offense up. Now you bring in a guy like Tua, right? Remember you had McElroy. Man, I'm doing the ball control. There were a bunch of game managers.
Yeah.
You allow, like I said, I think he respects, and I know Lane Kiffin respects the hell out of Nick Saban. You want to know why? Go watch a Lane Kiffin interview and close your eyes and just listen. He's even starting to talk like this. You know how Nick Saban always talk with his hand? Lane Kiffin's talking with his hands now.
Right.
That's respect because you're starting to mimic greatness.
Lane Kiffin is wild, dog. He got to be on medication or something, dog. Did you see what he said to the player yesterday?
Oh yeah. Oh, he thought he was gonna beat us, and we did something right at the end of the.
No, he said, man, this dude was on our sideline about 5 times telling us how he was gonna kick it.
Yeah,
man, it's crazy, man.
But see, that's the kind of stuff. But see, you'll see Nick Saban run out and his players doing, and he yelling like, "Y'all cut that out! Y'all cut that out!" You know, like they're a different mentality. But like I was saying, Nick Saban respects Lane Kiffin's coaching acumen. And he allowed, think about it, Alabama was rolling now. They were rolling before he got there. And he allowed him to come in and bring in a different style of quarterback.
Yeah. No, it's confidence. It's having confidence. Is being a leader and understanding.
And I hate to say this. I don't hate to say this. I don't think Nick Saban will ever admit this. I will hope somebody asks him. Maybe they have. Does he regret firing Lane Kiffin before the national championship? Remember, he fired him right before, and then Sarkisian took the game
Yeah,
over.
that's true.
Because that's why I know, bro, you gotta hate a dude that you can't let him coach one more game. Think about that. You going to the Natty, the top of Mount Everest, dog. What, like you just said, everybody trying to get to. Street, me and you about to make a $20 million deal. I hate your guts, dog. And right before we get the bet off, I'm out.
According on what you did, dog.
But that's my point.
Mm-hmm.
Something had to be that bad where you dealt with this dude for 14 games, bro, or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I think that's one of the biggest regrets Nick Saban I think he would have. You couldn't deal with that dude for an hour. For 3 more hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what he said about that.
Bro, an hour on the
That would be
clock.
interesting.
An hour on the clock. On the play clock. Like, I can't deal with it. He gotta go.
Nick Saban and Mario, 2 different personalities.
Yes and no.
Well,
Yeah, I'll say yes and no. On the surface, yes.
Coach Hayes, I got a question.
Oh, I just want to answer that real quick. Right?
You know-
I just want to answer that. On the surface, yes, Street. Intention, I think, are different. The intentions are different, though.
Coach Hayes knows Nick Saban. Like, he through recruiting, you meet the coaches. You know what I'm saying? And you probably and when they talk to high school coaches, you probably meet the good side of him, right?
No. I don't give a shit. Nick Saban don't care because he's Nick Saban.
But you've told me the stories of him. You know what I'm saying? The joking. You know what I'm saying? Like being in.
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna be an idiot all their life. But when it comes to football, like
Right.
literally, we went to a camp, Street. I'm just talking about how to, like, he has this thing, Saban thing. You run to every drill. Most coaches have it, right? We got off the plane. The GA took our luggage. We go straight to the indoor facility. The whistle blow. Bro, like what they say, like a Chinese fire drill, people running everywhere. We just start running. We didn't even know where to go. We just started running. Because that's the mentality, and he gonna rip your out. He don't care who you are. I seen him give a 9-year-old a business. Right? But his intent was, see, sometimes he'll talk to that person to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you say, damn, he'll rip a 9-year-old. I know he'll rip me, and I'm trying to get a scholarship here. See what I'm saying? So the intent sometimes may be different.
Right.
On the surface, it look the same. Go ahead, Rocky.
I bet if you ask those guys privately, what's the best motivators for players to play their best, to get the most out of your players? Hate and fear. I bet if you ask Jimmy Johnson that, he'd say that. Hate and fear. To get the most out of your players. On Saturday.
I think respect is big, though. I don't like the word fear when you're coaching. I don't think your players, this is my opinion. I know Jimmy Johnson may have said that. Here's what I believe. If your players respect you enough, they'll run through a wall. And I learned that from them dudes at the crib. Let me tell you something. A kid in Miami will run slap through a brick wall for you if he trusts you and respects you. And y'all have heard me say this before. If he don't have no respect for you, guess what? You got a pit bull on your hands that's untrained. Go watch Year of the Bull. There's nowhere in the world Torian Charles would have tried that coach the way he did if he respected. Wasn't it Horace Morris?
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere in the world, Horace Morris could have said the same exact thing, and Torian Charles would have bowed down. But he didn't have respect for him. He didn't respect. Now, why that is, I don't know. That's just my outside looking in. Because I've seen so many coaches. I done seen some coaches say some ill stuff. I'm like, God dang, Cole. Like, that's a little far. Like, I push the envelope, but God dang, Cole. And that shorty stood there and take it on the chin. And I done seen some coaches say the mildest thing in the world. But I already know the players didn't have respect for him. And they take it to the 100th degree. Man, you tried me, man. Because they don't respect that coach.
Yeah.
It's no different than your daddy, your mama. You don't respect your daddy? You'll try. Man, shut up. I'll slap your old. What? Am I right, Street? You seen it? You been around?
Yeah, on Year of the Bull, you saw he went to take his respect back. That's when the coach realized he didn't respect him. He was like, all right, well, let's go ahead and do this like men.
And then when you saw Roland talk, what he did? Roland Smith got on this.
Yeah.
He straightened up. When you see Ice talk to him on the videos, what they do? So it's a little different, man. Oh, we got another call.
What about Shannon, Coach Hayes? Did they respect Shannon?
Shannon. I'm gonna say Shannon Sharp. I don't know.
I think
some did. I think some players did. Some looked at it a little different. I just think Randy Shannon was in a bad situation from a school perspective. He didn't have any.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't have any. He didn't have any backing. Remember, he wasn't their first pick. He wasn't their first pick. He didn't have a backing.
Is he talking about as a head coach or a DC?
Oh, you talking about head coach or DC? Head coach. And then I'll tell you this. It's no different. You heard the Hester story. I ain't spilling no news. Ain't no tea here. Hester said the story about Shannon Sharp. I mean about Randy Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That go to show you right there. Did he have respect for him?
No, not the way he was handling him.
Right. And see, the thing is, once you earn the kid's respect, you could do those type of things. Whether that kid agree or disagree, he'll respect the decision because he knows you got his best interest at heart. And I ain't saying you're going to always get the respect of every player that you come across, but that's the biggest part of coaching. You got to get them to earn that respect. And
you think Mario's still trying to filter through that?
I don't know, bro. I was just going to say this. You got to build that stuff. And then the second thing is these players have to know that you have their best interests at heart. You're not there to hurt them. You're not to put them in bad situations. But one of the biggest things I think a coach can do to lose respect is not follow through on your word.
Uh-oh.
I think that's one of the biggest things you can do as a coach to lose the respect of your players as fast as possible. It's like a parent. If you tell your child you're going to whoop their behind, you better whoop their behind, whether you want to or not. If you told her, when we get home, I'm going to whip your behind. And an hour or two later, you feeling good, you let it go, you just lost it because now they're expecting you didn't do it or they're going to try you. It's no different than these shorties. Yeah. If I told you I'm going to do something, I have to do it. If I tell you I'm not going to do it, then don't do it. Don't make blanket statements. See, here's the biggest problem I always say with coaches. Shout out to my man, Coach Jack. I got favoritism for those who ball. That's what I used to tell my player. That's my favoritism. If you balling, I got favoritism. The last dude that made a play, he my favorite. See, that way, you say it kind of jokingly, but it's the truth. And you also, I used to have this line, if you treat them all like ish, they'll love you the same. What I'm saying is, of course, I've had players that I liked more than others. I had some players that if we were 16, we'd be in there fighting. They were just, personality-wise, we didn't click, nothing. They were terrible people, dog. But if you treat your best player just like you would treat that worst player, they'll respect it all the same because kids and even these players, even though they 20, 21, 22, they don't understand that yet. They don't understand, well, why is it that Cam Ward could do this, and I can't do that. Because I was a bad boy too. You don't know I'm a bad boy because you ain't gave me a shot yet, coach. You gave him a shot. See, that's how their minds work, bro. This ain't the NFL.
That was something that was coming up. I mean, Coach, that was something that was coming up on the message board too after the first half of Stanford. Man, it was all kind of stuff coming out. Man, is there locker room problems?
Well, of course,
what's going on the sideline? I mean, all that was.
Well, I'm not going to get into a message board. What I'm going to tell you is what I know, Street, and what I know, Rocky, and everybody in the chat. This ain't the NFL. Yeah, they getting paid. Whatever. Guess what? They also can make babies too, dog. That don't mean they grown men. All I can tell you is they mind. You gotta remember, everybody who has come here on this team was probably respectively the man on their high school team. They were. Yeah. You know what else I used to do, Street, on the
some of them the man in their city.
And they're the man of their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Brock, yeah. I mean,
it's all speculation, dog. You can beat your head against the wall to the end of the day. You ain't gonna learn nothing.
Mario came in. Mario, look, I have you talk about respect. I have respect for Mario because I believe he came into a bad situation with a roster that was messed up. That the other guy left behind.
I'll disagree.
And he's cleaned that up, and he's recruited us back to where our roster has some talent on it. Now, everybody wants to compare it to, Al Golden's D'Onofrio. Yeah, the run game may be his D'Onofrio. What kind of football team are we, Street? You asked that earlier. We're a team that has to play complementary football and execute to the 10th to 12th level, doing that the way we run our schemes to win a football game against a good team. Against a good, well-coached team. And if we don't execute to that 100th percentile of a level, then there's a chance we're going to falter. We saw that against Louisville. 4 turnovers. So,
all right, Rocky, I got one more on the line. I'm going to lock this thing.
The conference has been locked.
I got 7,800 on the line. So, Rocky, I appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate that call, bro. Hey, you need to clip that call. Rocky was on.
Hold on. Y'all talking over each other. Go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead,
bro. Coach Hayes, one more thing. Got an assignment, man. Talk about pro football focus and snaps. Go back and look at the amount of snaps that talking about rotation and the off kilterness of the majority of snaps getting played to most of the players, and then match that up to what class they are. I bet you'll find out that 90% of those snaps, getting the majority of the snaps, is upperclassmen, because Street Mario don't trust freshmen to play, and that's why those kids ain't getting out there and getting their time. Yep. That's another opinion that I had.
Hey, Rocky's been in the basement, dog.
Oh, he been in the lab. I don't even have no pro football focus. Is that PFF?
I mean, I don't look. Yeah, PFF. Yeah, I mean, I don't really follow it. I just know that's where you ask where you could get your snap counts. That's where you can get.
I get mine from Kane's Insight. Shout out to D Money. I let him pay for the PFF. I'm like the strip club. I let you get a dance, and I just peek over there.
Old guys find their way on the field. 0 old guy, 7 old guy, 87 old guy.
Air fronts the past 2 weeks. Look at that in your film study, Coach. They got 3 guys lined up over them on the majority of the game in Stanford. That's probably why you look bad.
Gotcha.
But what do I know?
I got you, man.
Go Canes.
Yes, sir.
Yo, have a good night.
All right.